and they like
Wow.
film a lot of stuff there. And it's because there's like so many movies have schools in them.
Oh,
so
yeah,
they have
definitely.
this high school, and then they have like an elementary school that's across the street.
Wow.
And that's what we used like for our production office. So it was very like fun and nostalgic from the beginning, because we would have fittings like in these old classrooms that look like they were from the 90s with like pink and blue tiling, Mm-hmm. And so we were all in like a classroom together, like waiting to go do a table read in like a conference room, like a teacher conference room.
Wow.
And we were all sitting in this classroom, like, and I taught everyone that you can like write things in a banana. If you like have a key or a toothpick or something, you can like, it'll brown where you've written, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's a really
And then I was like showing people that you can do that. And then I remember like at the table read, Fred got like a piece of beef jerky and a piece of red velvet cake as his snack. And then like those are my two very distinct memories. And then everyone was like so funny at the table read and did such a good job. And then we all went and ate pizza after.
Oh.
And then everyone just really everyone really immediately got along.
Wow, that sounds like a great day.
It was a great day.
Everybody learned so much about each other and also bananas.
Yeah. Fred and I were wearing the same shoes. We were like, I guess we have to be friends now.
Like, we have to be. Did you switch shoes?
Yeah, it was like we both had red, white, and blue Nike Cortezes on, and we were like, I guess this is it for us.
This is it. You're my friend for life now. We have no choice at all.
We have the same shoes on.
And also, like, speaking of friends that you made along the way, to not to make it sound cheesy or anything, but like
no,
the friends we made cheesy along the way. I thought you and Kiana, of course, who played Dina, did such a great job throughout the three movies as like, displaying this relationship and like the tumultuous relationship. And of course, like, I'm not going to give anything away, but the trials and tribulations that come with, demonic possessions possibly.
Yeah.
And how did it feel working together? Because I feel like you two had such a great on-screen relationship. How was that off-screen? And, were you really, really happy that you got paired together in that sort of way?
Yeah, definitely. Kiana is literally like one of the best humans that I've ever met in my life. She like exists in purity in a way that I've never like met. Like, she is just like the sweetest human to everyone and everything like in the world. Like, it's incredible. Wow. And yeah, she's such a talented actor. And like in the 1600s movie, especially, I was like, there was so much that I wasn't with her for in the 1600s movie, and watching that movie for the first time, I was like, I hope that they change the rules of Oscars and she wins one, because she's so good in this movie. And she's just like we were able to like very quickly have like a like communicate really well. And like, we had so many like intense scenes together. And yeah, it was great to like we just were able to talk about everything so openly with each other, and like really give each other what the other person needed. Wow. And it was the best. It was the best working with her.
That's so great. And for you personally too, what was it like playing this one character? I know like, you've been on TV and been in series and whatnot, but to play one character across three different features is just like something completely different, I feel like. What was it like to portray Sam for the three movies? And how did you feel throughout the process?
It was I feel like we got really lucky too, because we kind of filmed them in order.
Yeah. You did. Okay. That was another question of mine, because it would have been very interesting to hear, like, if you did it at the same time, where like, I have to switch to 1600s clothes. I have to switch to 1990s.
At the end, there were some days like, because we had some stuff on the sound stages that we had. And like, I remember there was one day where like in the morning, I did some Sam stuff and was in like jeans and that little floral top. And then at the later of the day, like I switched into my corset and stuff, and we did like a pickup scene. So there were days where we were doing like really little scenes from both, and it was kind of funny.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah, it was so we filmed the 90s one first, and then the 1600s one, and then they filmed the 70s one last.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And it's by like location, and just like by chance, like it kind of timed out to where like, because we'd film like at Dina's house first, and then we'd film like at the school, and then we'd film at the hospital. So like all the scenes for each thing we filmed in the locations, but it kind of just worked with the story. So it was really cool to like play a character for that long of a time. And she goes through so much.
Yes. 100%.
Goes through so much. She gets hit in the head a lot of times.
Yeah. That must have been fun to film.
Much blood. Yeah. I was like doing the hit in the head stunts the best. having Gillian Jacobs hit me in the head with a fake gun was like a great, you know what I mean? Like,
I was going to
what a
ask you about that. I was like, wow, what did it feel like getting hit in the head by Gillian Jacobs?
It's great. Gillian's the best, and she's so sweet in real life. And she was like, I'm gonna hit you, like, and I was like, great. Well, I'm tied to a radiator,
and you're like, you have to, right kind now, of. So
I was like, it's just a crazy day for everybody. But yeah, it was cool to like play her and just kind of get to do all the crazy things, and then like be like, because it's so much like a team effort when you're there, and then you go home and like be like, tomorrow it's like, all right, we're doing this big crazy scene with all of us. And right now I'm going to think about like what is changing in Sam for, you know what I mean? Like you just kind of keep in mind like what your character is how she's changing. And then you get to like put that into a big scene, and it's like a very fun challenge as an actor to get to do that.
Totally. And do you have any favorite parts, or like, I know you probably love it all, but like, are there any favorite scenes that you have of Sam or yourself where you're just kind of like, this is like one of my favorite scenes that I got to do?
Yes, let's think. I really love the last scene of 1994 where, you know, some crazy stuff happens in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because that was also
does it ever?
I was like, that's a crazy scene. And that was like our second or third day of filming in general. Like it was like day 2 out of like 100.
That is heavy. Like the second day.
Yeah, but it also was like pretty fun because Kiana and I like knew each other, but we also were like, we're about to get to know each other better today. Because we're gonna really roll around in blood on this kitchen floor together. So that was a really fun scene, and I loved playing messed up Sam. She was really fun to play and be like tied up all the time. I was like, this is pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. And I love like the grocery store sequence, all the stuff that happens there, I think is so cool. And just like, you know, the bread slicer scene is great. I'm not in those scenes, but even like the lobster tank stuff, all that, I think that I just love everything that happens in the grocery store. I think it's awesome. So
fun. And also, do you have any memories of favorite memories behind the scenes too, or any times that you thought throughout the entire process you were like, I'm gonna remember this for a very long time?
Oh man, I have a very funny and sweet video of there's a shot when we go back to check on the bones, and we realize that like all of Sarah's bones are by the rock. And Nightwing comes and he like axes me in the back, and we run. Yeah. There's a shot where it's like we run out of the woods and get in the ambulance, and the ambulance drives off, and Nightwing like runs up, and we like speed off in the ambulance. And the camera work of that shot was kind of complicated. Like it was a lot of choreography to like get the timing right on everything. And so we'd get like in a groove of doing things, and we'd be like, yes, like we got it. And so we had been doing it, and we were doing like a pretty good job. And then we did it once, like perfectly. And all of us were in the ambulance being like, we did it, you guys. Like we did it. We crushed that one. That one was awesome. Like it was perfect. And we all did exactly what we were supposed to. And we were scared. It was awesome. And then we all realized that was like a rehearsal take for a new setup.
Oh my God.
And I have a video of Fred and Kiana being like, are you, you mean that one was not recorded? Like they're both kind of like laughing and freaking out. And it's the funniest because it's like the middle of the night and everyone's like really delirious, and you hear everyone like really laughing in the ambulance. It was so funny.
That's so amazing.
It was so funny.
That's so wild too, that you like also like doing the scene that you thought like it was happening full out, so you just acted full out too.
Yeah, all of us were like in the ambulance being like, and then they were like, all right, cut. And we were like, wow, like we really did it, you guys. And then they were like, cut on rehearsal, and we were all like, cut on rehearsal. What? That was a rehearsal? Oh my God. That was better than a rehearsal.
Incredible. I hope we get to see that video of Kiana and laughing at some point.
I'll find it. It's definitely in my phone somewhere or on my laptop. Wow. I'll find it though. It's a really funny video.
That's great. And before we move kind of to the next segment over here, I do have a fan question. I was kind of looking on some fan questions in the chat. It's been going real quick, but I found like one that I really wanted to ask you. All right. Somebody asked, what's the first horror movie you ever watched?
Oh, let's see. Okay, this is a two-part answer.
Please. I will take all two parts.
I was like, you're a big horror, you'll understand.
Yeah.
The first movie my parents ever took me to at the theater, I was a little baby, but it was Blade.
Oh, Blade.
And they're like, you were a little baby, but you technically went and you were there. Cool. And you probably did see some of it through your tiny baby eyes. So I say that counts. The first like real scary movie I watched a lot of like Goosebumps and Hocus Pocus and all that, like mid scary stuff, but it was probably Scream because my dad showed it to me before I ever was going to have like a babysitter for the first time. And he was like, he showed me like the Drew Barrymore scene and he was like, what did we learn? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I was like, that people are evil. And he was like, yeah, just like lock the doors and don't open the windows and you'd go outside. And I was like, cool, like a very traumatizing way to learn this lesson. But now I have to rest this movie.
That's so funny.
And I was very confused because I was like, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo is in this movie and he's killing people.
Yes. Well, that's like probably the most traumatizing part to me as a whole. That I'm like, this man that I know from so many other things is instead.
Yeah.
Wow. Incredible. But I appreciated the two-part answer because I feel like that's definitely warranted. And good to know that you saw Blade as a child. Did you see Blade after being a child ever?
Yes, I love Blade. The opening scene of Blade is awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
If you haven't seen the opening scene of Blade, go watch it right now.
Yes. Yeah, to everybody in the chat.
You don't have to watch the whole movie, but just watch the opening.
Yeah, the opening is like probably the best part. Like the rest of the movie is like, it's pretty good, but like that's where you get everything. So cool. Mm-hmm. And the amount of times I'm in like a dark place and like, I'll like, whenever I'm in New York and people are like, let's go to this restaurant that's dark. I'm always like, this is like the opening of Blade. And they're like, what? Like, what is that?
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
I was a baby. It's okay.
I was a baby. I barely remember it.
Incredible. And, with all this talk about horror movies, I do have a segment prepared for you. We're going to talk about, thunder. Did not expect that. That was unplanned. We're going to be doing this segment. It's called Phantom Anthem. Ooh, spooky.
Oh, the graphics are incredible.
Wow. Oh, thank you so much. So essentially what we're going to do, we're going to get a feel of your music taste mostly. And how we're going to do that is I'm going to take you through different scenarios that you would find in a horror movie. And we're kind of going to create your own horror movie soundtrack, your own custom soundtrack for a horror movie that you are starring in or producing or directing or whatever have you. And
all right, thanks.
It's going to go straight. We're giving you the reins. We're going to go straight from top to bottom of like beginning to end of this movie. And what we're going to do at the end is we're going to put them all into one nice Spotify playlist and we're going to throw it in the chat for all your fans to listen to later.
All right, great. That'll be awesome.
And feel free, of course, I know we talked about this a bit earlier, but feel free to have your Spotify up, have whatever you want up.
I was like, I'm definitely pulling my Spotify up now.
Yeah, go right ahead. So the first prompt we have over here, a song that would open this movie on a dark and stormy night, much as we've just heard with the thunder and lightning happening.
Ooh. Okay, let's see. Now, here's the thing. Yes. You have to know this before. Everybody needs to know this before. I'm a big fan of like the stuck in the middle scene from Reservoir Dogs. Like that music cue to me is great. You know what I mean? Like I love a weird song with a scene that doesn't make sense.
Especially like in an opening sequence, I find it so fun when it's like a song for a horror movie and it's just like completely like, I don't even know, like some freaking Miles Davis or something. My favorite in the 70s movie, there's Carry On My Wayward Son is like set to a crazy scene. And I'm like, this music cue is awesome, Lee. I remember seeing it and being like, this music cue is incredible. Okay, I have one for this one. Yeah, please go right ahead.
Okay, let's see. It will be Can't Run But by Paul Simon.
Paul Simon. That's a great opener then. Because that kind of like, it sets the mood, but not in the way you would think a horror movie mood would be set in. It would be like, oh, what's going to happen today?
But it's got like weird, you know what I mean? Where you're like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen with the song playing. It's like making me feel a lot of different ways. you know?
Yeah, absolutely. That totally works. I love that answer. And we are then going to move on to the next scene, which is some of these are a bit long, so bear with me. I'm gonna read them out to you, of course. Okay, the next one over here. The protagonist realizes, oh boy, there's something mighty sus going on in this house.
Oh man.
Now, Olivia, also, what music do you listen to regularly? Like, what are your, I guess, like genres? If you listen to certain genres, but what are your like areas of music that you listen to mostly?
This is a good question. I don't have any specific ones, I don't think. I listen to a lot of different kinds of music. I've been debating putting my Spotify username out there. People have asked.
Well, the chat is asking a lot today, so.
Okay, I'll consider.
Fantastic.
Mostly because I've got like playlist for secret projects on it, and I'm like, I need to hide those. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You know,
make some hidden playlists.
Yeah, I'll tease some secret projects, you guys. No, but yeah, I'll maybe I'll put it out there today. Maybe I'll put it out there now that we're doing this.
I'm sure everybody would love that. They also are asking for a TikTok constantly, so that too, apparently.
Guys, listen, here's the thing about TikTok. It's not you, it's me. And TikTok is a thing where I already do nothing for so many hours of the day. And if I get a TikTok, I know that I will just do more of nothing for so many more hours of the day. And I can't.
Really
I'm trying to be better.
Like that. Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, if I like know, like people will be like, I sit on it for 6 hours. And I'm like, yeah. And you're my friend who does stuff and you sit on it for 6 hours.
Yep.
So like, and I have insomnia. Like I would just be awake all the time.
Oh, for insomnia, that'd be horrible. You'd just be like watching TikTok all night long, pretty much for the next.
I also think it's hilarious. Future. Like I've seen some of the funniest videos I've ever seen in my life.
They're so good. Part of like the joy of TikTok is not even having one and getting sent ones from your friends. Like, so then you have like a very like filtered out select
curated list.
Yeah, exactly.
A very curated list. It's so funny. McCabe from the 70s movie sends me TikToks all the time because he knows that I'm not on it, but he's like, I got you.
I'll get you the goods.
I'll get you the goods. I'll get you the good ones.
What a nice guy.
What a nice guy. He's great. He sends me the best of the TikTok.
Amazing. Oh yes. So for this particular prompt, once again, the protagonist realizes, oh boy, there's something mighty sus going on in this house.
Okay. We're gonna go with a fun one. Ooh. We're going to go with Me and Your Mama by Childish Gambino.
Oh, that's a great one. Okay. Very good.
It's and spooky and you know what I mean? Like that, as the tension rises in this scene.
Yep. There is some good spookiness on that track. So I definitely appreciate that. Whole album is incredible. So like any song from that album, I feel like could fit nicely into a horror movie. And weirdly, I don't think any songs have been used in horror movies unless I'm misremembering Get Out or something.
I was like, Redbone is at the beginning of Get Out.
Redbone, yeah.
The nice part. Mm-hmm. Or she's like, I'm just looking at bakery treats. I'm not a white supremacist.
I'm not a white supremacist that wants to kill you, my boyfriend. Never.
I'm not insane.
That's crazy. Cool. Love that pick. Let's move on to the next one over here. Okay. The protagonist stumbles upon a secret door.
Ooh. Okay.
A secret door in an already sus place.
Okay. We're gonna go with one of my favorite songs ever, and also one of my favorite uses of a song ever in a movie. We're gonna go with Everything in Its Right Place by Radiohead.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh. Yeah. It builds to, but it's in Vanilla Sky. It's the opening scene to Vanilla Sky.
Yes.
And that's a weird movie.
I love me some Radiohead. Do you have any favorite Radiohead albums or like a particular favorite?
Yeah, I think my favorite is The Bends.
Oh, The Bends is great. Yeah, The Bends is like probably top 2, top 3. My favorite's In Rainbows, but like I love In The Bends probably. Yeah,
I really love Radiohead.
Yeah.
I really love Radiohead.
They're
great.
Good.
I've really grown to love them since making this movie.
Listen, I gotta say, you got great taste.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This is very kind.
And okay, cool. Next one over here, a bit long, so I'm gonna read it out. The main characters admit their feelings for each other before their impending demise.
Okay. This is a good question.
I'm not going to sway you any way, like emotional, dramatic, like right before they're about to get slashed or something.
Man, I am whipping through playlists, being like, come on, find something.
And now, do you have actually question for you and your playlist too? Because it sounds like you have a bunch. Do you like organize them by like time period or mood or genre, or what's your kind of basis for your organization on your Spotify?
I feel like I make ones for my Spotify is mostly I make them for characters that I play. Oh
yeah, cool. That's a great way to do it too. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll drive myself to work a lot, and so I'll like listen to music on the way, and I'll like go on walks and stuff and listen to music, and then some of them are moods, and then some of them are like I have like a few that are for like, you know, when your friends are in the car and you don't want to do like, you know, I don't like want Metallica to play necessarily. Do you know, like, because that's just a little intense.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I always want Metallica to play personally, but I totally get, like, among others, it is like, it is a bit like, okay, you know.
Just surprise someone with For Whom the Bell Tolls, you know, it's just a little driving a car in my Jetta is a little rattling.
Yeah, totally. I get that. I get that. Is there a Sam playlist that you have too?
Yeah, I have a Sam playlist. Ooh. And I guess I just predicted my Instagram name really early because it's Sam. A lot of Sams over and over again. Maybe I can find one for this.
Many
on the
Sams.
Sam. Yeah, it's Sam.
Love that.
Right before their impending demise.
Wow, I feel like For Whom the Bell Tolls, as you mentioned, would be like a great song for a horror movie at some point.
Yeah.
It could be like it could also be like a very cheesy horror movie kind of song.
Yeah,
I could see that.
Is it in Zombieland?
It might be in Zombieland. Zombieland had a great soundtrack. I can't remember like what was on it, but I remember being in the theater like, man.
We're like, yes, Zombieland. Do your thing. Okay, let's do Miss You by the Rolling Stones.
Cool.
Romance, but it's got some eeriness.
Very fun. Love that.
Yeah.
We got some questions in the chat about your favorite artist, if you have one.
Guys.
Tough question. It's a real tough question.
This is a tough one. I don't know if I do have one. I don't know. During quarantine, I listened to SZA a lot.
Oh, great.
But that's just where I was at. But she's up there. I really love her. I think she's a genius. But I also love like Talking Heads.
Oh, Talking Heads are amazing. I love like, oh my God, David Byrne and incredible.
Yeah. I love like his solo music too.
Yeah.
It's great. Oh, but it'll go all over. Again, I'll share my Spotify. Y'all have worn me down.
Yep. It's happening, everybody. It's happening. Somebody also really wants to know if you've ever watched Chucky. I'm sure you have.
Of course.
Yeah.
I've seen all of them.
You've seen all of them? Oh, man.
Ones.
I stopped after like the first two. I think I watched like the first two and I was like, you know, that's about enough. It's kind of like me and Shrek. I stopped after the second Shrek too.
The second Chucky Child's Play is the best, where it's like it starts in the toy factory. That one's great. I even watched like the Aubrey Plaza one with Brian Tyree.
Oh, really? Whoa. Oh my God.
Yeah. Wow. And I liked that movie. I was like, you know what? This was a fun twist on this tale.
All right. Very cool.
I liked it.
We are going to. I realized that we've just been gabbing too much, so I'm gonna get through the rest of these too.
We can power through.
So okay, here we go. Next one. A seance where someone gets super possessed.
We'll do For Whom the Bell Tolls for that one.
Nice. Done. Done. Next up, we have the exorcism scene. Consequentially, probably right after the seance scene.
Yes, probably so. Okay, let's look. Oh, I know a song. I've always thought that this song was too upbeat and that it was creepy because it was too upbeat. And it's from the White Album. And it's this one. It's like Ola Di, Ola Da.
Oh, Obla Di, Obla Da. Yeah.
Life goes on. Yeah. La.
That'd be such a fun one. Just like such a big juxtaposition from the rest of everything happening.
Yes. And it's just like someone getting exercised.
That's incredible.
That'd be crazy.
Love that. Okay, we're gonna do two more. I'm gonna truncate just so we have time.
Okay.
So let me see. What do we got next? Chase scene. Nah. Okay. Okay. The scene where all the characters wake up in a Bed Bath & Beyond being like, whoa, was that a dream? But was it?
All right. Oh man, this one is so specific, but very fun. I feel like this would happen in a Fear Street film. Like Fear Street 2012. We're all shopping for school supplies or something.
Oh, yeah.
To go to college.
There it is.
What if we did... Okay, a great song that I think could be like I say this because I assume this is like a Wizard of Oz style end of a movie deal. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
But you could lead into a credits, lead into a next movie. We should do Waiting Room by Fugazi.
Ooh, Fugazi. Wow. Okay, cool. This is a great soundtrack. I'm loving this because I love Fugazi. So that's incredible.
I was like, that's a really crazy song. I feel like it could be fun.
Yeah, that's a good outro track. And I think with that, we have reached at the end of our horror movie. But I wanted to thank you, Olivia, for taking the time to just hang out with me today, talk a bit, and play some games. And also, chat has been loving you all day. They want to just say, like, they love you. I've been seeing.
I love you guys, too.
And
so crazy for getting Twitch and stuff for this.
Oh, they're saying Italy loves you a lot. Does the United States love you a lot? Wherever they're from. Oh, my God.
Thank you.
Yeah,
love
so
y'all
cute. Well, it was so wonderful having you on. Would love to have you back in the near future. And, in the meantime, good luck with everything. I know you have like a lot of secret projects right about now. So good luck with all those secret projects and hope to see you back here sometime.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. I would love to come back. This was so fun.
Thanks, Olivia. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for watching, everybody. That was Olivia Scott Welch, of course. And right before we hop into Joywave coming up next, we're going to hit an ad right about now. And if you're not subscribed to Rolling Stone on Twitch, you can subscribe.